1, 2, 3, go. In here, and this is the Tomofree L7. And I don't know, as you can see, I kind of skipped a step. I would typically do my unboxing here, but yeah, that one got messed up. So I'm sorry for the folks who wanted to see an unboxing and setup of this thing, because it does take a little process of setting it up. You get some flares in a separate box with that back panel that also acts as your mudguard and a couple of different stuff. And you definitely got to set up the lights for the side flare and a bunch of different little stuff. You got to connect the battery and all that kind of stuff. These, you know, there's a little step to it, but there's some videos available on the Tomofree YouTube channel that show you the setup. So if you want to know how to set it up, they make it very simple. In the manual, on the front of the manual, you could just scan the QR code and it sends you straight to the channel. You get all the setup videos. All right, enough said about that. Let's check out the Tomofree, because this is a 60 volt, 35 amp hour, dual 3000 watt motors for a peak of 6000 watts. That is rated for a top speed of 50 miles per hour. And we're gonna check it out and see, is this thing worth your time or money? Let go. Right here, as you can see, you got these little NFC tags. This is what you use to start it up. All you gotta do is just tap it right here and boom, you're ready to go. And this is what it looks like on the gauge cluster, and this is what you use to increase. You got 3 speed modes, decrease, right? You got a little horn right here. Right up here, you got the lights. And these lights are really bright, man. Really bright. I like the outline. I like how they set it up. Got these 2 over here and this one right here, just keeping the road lit so you can see what's up. And then you got the Tomofree, also lidded. And Tomofree told me that they were gonna make a 60 volt scooter. I didn't imagine this. This thing comes with a massive 35 amp hour battery. As a matter of fact, instead of talking about it, let's get inside so I can show you what's up. All right, so we got the lid open, and this is a massive battery. Just look how deep this thing goes. This is an absolute massive 35 amp hour battery. It feels big, bulky, and heavy, but also look at those controllers, man. I've never seen a controller like this in a scooter. It's usually those really small controllers, but very powerful. Look how massive these things are. These are some absolute massive controllers, and I'm hoping that they can push out the kind of power that this thing needs, get you up to 50 miles per hour. But yeah, just in case you were wondering about this battery, that's it right here, and that's the manufacturer right here. So you can check out them cells and see what's up. All right, so this is what it looks like when the seat is fully installed. And basically you get these little bars that you push all the way through, you tighten them up, and the seat is secure. And you put the little bracket right here on the plate. And yeah, it is secure. And as you can see, this seat is fat and very, very cushiony. That's what it looks like. And this is what it looks like when I put my fat butt on that seat. And yeah, this is where, you know, your foot could definitely reach the ground. If you're actually 5'11", 5'9", 5'8", definitely your foot can definitely reach the ground from here. But if you're probably a little bit shorter, or your legs a little bit shorter, then you probably have to lean to one side to reach. But yeah, standing height, you could definitely reach. This is what it looks like, standing my butt above the seat. And on the seat and the handlebars, they're definitely feeling a little bit high, but we won't know until we actually go out on the road and ride around how much it feels, how comfortable it feels. But it does feel that it's a little bit high. It could be a little bit lower, but yeah, that's what's up. It's what it looks like with me sitting on this, my legs up. Yeah, I really like this seat, but I'm not a seat kind of guy, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be riding this with the seat. And there's something else about this scooter that is really crazy, because this thing is made out of high carbon steel, and this thing is almost like an armored truck. So it is incredibly heavy, and I'm going to attempt right now to lift it up without breaking something on it or breaking something on me. All right, let's see. Ugh. Yeah, this is woo! That's me bench pressing 125 pounds. Yeah, Archers are deadlifting 125 pounds. This thing is incredibly heavy, man. Woo, this thing is like a armored truck. All right, so I finally got this thing propped up on the usual suspect, my trusty old box. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna fire it up and do a no-load speed test. But before we do that, as you can see, it's in kilometers, and I prefer miles per hour. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna switch that. And how you do that is you press the right indicator, you hold that down, and you hold the horn down. And after that annoying beeping sound, bam, there you go. You switch to miles per hour. Still saying the same. Still saying about 49.6. And then speed mode 3. Yeah, so it's saying about the same, which is 63.5. Yeah, and that's a no-load speed test, man. That's pretty wild. That is fast, really fast. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna adjust this brake because I kind of hear it rubbing a little bit, and then we're gonna take this on the road. We're gonna see what's up. So stick around for that. Let go. All right, so we're out here, and today I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to unleash the beast in this brand new Tomofree L7 electric scooter. And if you're looking for a scooter with some solid build and serious power, then you come to the right place, because in this video we're going to cover almost everything that you need to know, including the rugged build, the top speed, and whether this is the right ride for you or not. So I mean, if you're curious to know about the Tomofree and all the things that it has to offer, then yeah, let's get it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but this is using some aluminum shock absorbers, dual shock absorbers on the front right here. I like that really cool design with the red and the blue. I'm not sure if that helps with anything when you adjust them. I did adjust it, but I don't think it helped. And you also have this part right here you can actually tighten, but I don't see where it actually helped, you know, to adjust anything. And around the back right here, you got some carbon steel swing arms with those really strong spring suspension, and this thing can definitely help you going over those bumpy roads and falling into potholes and all that kind of stuff. However, what I want to talk about is safety is the number one priority. As I already told you, got the hydraulic braking system, but it also have these quad lights right here, and I think, in my opinion, this is some of the best lights on a scooter, bar none, right now. I don't know, I'm just saying. But I think moving forward, all scooter manufacturers need to copy this right here. They need to copy Tomofree homework right here, because this is some real quality light. Very bright, floody light, brighten the road. Definitely really good. So if you're 5'11" like me, this is exactly how you would look standing beside this beast. The handlebars, they look low on the pictures when you're looking at the photos on the website, but I can assure you that it's definitely high enough to where you stand up, you won't be hunching over. You would actually have a really good stance riding on this thing. And let me show you how it looks when you're actually standing on it. I usually put my front foot forward and my left I put my right foot forward and my left foot on the kick plate, and this is how I usually look, you know, with that little stance. And yeah, pretty good. Yeah, so the L7 is an absolutely exciting ride, especially in dual mode, and it have a lot of torque and some really great acceleration off the line. And you have about 3 different ride modes you can put it in. You can put it in regular city cruise mode like this, or you can put it in absolute jetpack mode just like that. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna run through the rain and kind of show you a little bit of what this is. So in single mode, we're gonna go from single mode all the way down to single mode, and we're gonna show you this is what you would get out of ride mode 1. We're looking at about, I don't know, 29 to 31 miles per hour, possibly 32 miles per hour. Then we'll go at the range in mode 2, in single motor mode, and this is what you can expect. It is really, it can pull, it can definitely pull, you can feel it pulling. But I mean, it's in chill mode. It's definitely in chill mode. But as you can see, we're already doing something like, I don't know, 32, 33 miles per hour. And in chill mode, possibly 34. And then in mode 3, this is what you can expect. So, I mean, you're not getting much right there. In mode 3, the single motor mode. What is what we're going to do now? We're going to go back down in ride mode 1. We're going to switch over mode button, boom, to dual motor. And this is what you can expect. You can hear it peeling out. It's almost like it transforms into an absolutely new entire animal. It just goes from chill to super aggressive immediately, as you can see. What we're doing here, we're doing about 30, let's say about 33, 34 maybe, 32, 33, yeah. Then you go into ride mode 2. And now we're looking at about 37 to 40. And then we can switch it over to ride mode 3. And in ride mode 3, you can feel it really like it just amped up. It just get a little bit more amped up and super aggressive, even more than it was before. And now when you look at it, we're doing about 43, 44, 45 miles per hour. Let's go. To fold this thing down is really simple. All you gotta do is just grab these two little knobs right here. You unscrew one of them. Then you just pull out this little rod and you fold it down. Once you got it fold down, it is pretty simple. You could try to, lift it up, put it in the back of your truck or in a corner somewhere. But you just can't lock it in. There's no way to lock it in. I absolutely don't see any way to lock it in. But you can always just fold it back out, push this rod in to the side, line it up, and then you bam, there you go. It's back and it's ready to go. I do encourage you, whenever you tighten these, to make sure you lock them in, and if you need to get pliers or something to lock it in, because these can definitely shake loose, just like every other bolt and everything that is on this can be shake loose. So definitely do that. Alright, so let's talk about some of the boring stuff. And the boring stuff is usually what determines if you should spend your money on this scooter or look at something else. And those are the advantages and disadvantages of spending this much money, which is not really expensive for what this has to offer, versus spending it on something else. So some of the pros on this one is the speed and power. Torque from the motors is an absolute must. It is one of the driving force that would make you buy this. But there's also the build quality. This thing is built like an absolute armored truck, and yeah, for that reason, it's gonna last you a very, very long time. But also, one of the other things is it has this really large battery inside that gives you some excellent range, and that range is gonna come down to whether you can get this to take it to work or use it as an alternate vehicle to your car to save some money on gas, or just to get where you're getting without stuck in traffic and get there fast, at 50 miles per hour. The suspension and these 11-inch wheels is an absolute W also. I personally wish they had some 12-inch wheels, but the 11-inch wheels wheels, and the suspension is, yeah, you can't complain too much about this one for sure. And now we're also going to talk about the safety features that this thing has to offer. These the lighting system on the front. Like I say, I think every other scooter manufacturer needs to copy this, and some of the other lighting, the braking, and the hydraulic brakes, and the whole package. It was made with intention, and would definitely like that for sure. Let's talk about some of the cons that you're gonna definitely have some trade-off with this one. And the first one is absolutely at 125 pounds. This is not gonna be lightweight or easily a portable scooter to take up a flight of stairs or on public transport. So if that's a concern for you, then this scooter is a no. But if that's not a concern for you, then this scooter is definitely a go at this price, at this power and speed and build quality for sure. Now check this out. We already talked about the fact that this thing, at some profile, when you're looking at it, it has that cyber scooter aesthetics about it, that those sharp lines and the edges, and minimizing this thing down to this nice sharp aesthetics. It is really good. For aesthetics, it actually looks really good. But the reason why I'm mentioning this is because it comes at a cost. Because they're trying to minimize so many different things to have that really clean look, this comes at a cost of not having enough right here coming over to block the water and mud from splashing on you, and the reduced fender right here, as you can see, with this little flare right here. This is a flare that you had when you're putting it together. It doesn't come on it like that, as well as the flare right there. So with those minimized things, you're riding in the rain, you're absolutely gonna get splashed, because I got splashed. So if that's a concern for you, then yeah, for sure, this thing is gonna get splashed. And I wish they had an option where you could have a much taller mud guard right here that could come all the way down, so it could block out some of this, just like how this came over. And then right here where you could just have a mud guard that could come down just a little bit more to keep the mud from off of you, because you are going to get splashed for sure. And I mean, if that's not a major concern for you, then by all means, I think this is an absolutely great ride for you to buy. But if you're going to be concerned about, getting splashed, then yeah, I don't think it's a deal breaker though. I just think it's one of those things where you got to go for aesthetics or you got to go for function. This one stuck with aesthetics. All right, so we out here with this 50-mile-per-hour scooter. I did the speed run a couple of times, but something always happened that kind of messes it up. So I think it's only fair that we actually do it again and have a somewhat accurate speed run. Let me tuck my butt. Well, 49 miles per hour, I'm shouting. 49.6. We have 50. Holy shit. 50 miles per hour. Open this motorcycle. 52. No! This sucker! He pull out on me. 52 miles per hour. 52 points. Get a 53. 50. I could have sworn I just saw 53 on this. Woo! Yeah, buddy. This thing is really exciting to ride, man. It is absolutely an exciting ride. All right, so still talking about some of the trade-offs with this one. Personally, I think the handlebar is a little bit too narrow. However, you can get some aftermarket handlebars, but if there should be a version 2, just make it a little bit wider, please, would you do? Also, the brakes. The brakes are good, but they could be better. You definitely can upgrade those also. But yeah, I wish they were just a little bit stronger. And also the EBS. They definitely forgot about that EBS, which would have made things so much better. All right, now one of the other things is, I think this is possibly going to need a steering dampener. Sometimes, I guess, when you're above 40 miles per hour, you get some micro jitters, you know, in the handlebar a little bit. You can probably see that in some of my speedrun videos. And yeah, for some folks, they might not know how to handle those micro jitters. So yeah, you might need a steering dampener. So message to Tomofree. Maybe you can put out a fix with a steering dampener, or in the next version, you kind of add a steering dampener. All right, yeah, what else? So really, who's the Tomofree L7 for? Well, I think it is ideal for a god and not a mere mortal. Nah, I'm just playing. But nah, on a real though, it is ideal for riders who prioritize speed, power, and durability over portability and flexibility. And yeah, I mean, it also works out well for, long-range commuters who want something that is really powerful that can get them there and bring them back home. But they also have a dedicated space where they could put it, because this thing is heavy and you're not going to lift it and put it in anywhere. So if you have all of that, then that's for sure. And dare I may say, it is also for adrenaline junkies who want that, scooter that is capable of some light off-roading, but it can also conquer some steep hills, but still rip the street, like a speed demon. And yeah, this one definitely fits the bill. So yeah, I would say if you want an electric scooter that doesn't compromise on power, speed, and build quality, then the Tomofree L7 is a definite ideal candidate, because this one fits the bill. And if I should do it all over again, I would definitely get this one without hesitation, because this thing can rip the streets, man. It can actually rips, and it's so much fun. I didn't even mention about this twist throttle. This twist throttle is what makes it so much fun, because yeah, you can get a full grip on your wheel, holding that wheel like you should with, regular, not like when you're having that thumb throttle or that trigger throttle where you got to take some of your fingers off the wheel, off the handlebar. This one, you have a full grip, and you can just twist it. You have so much control over your power. Yeah. So for that reason alone, yeah, I would say go ahead and buy if you're thinking about this one. Yeah, but if you're thinking about something else, I got a couple other videos of some scooters that you probably want to check out. But yeah, if there's something else that you see that you want me to check out, definitely leave it down in the comment section and let me know which scooter. There's a couple I have on my list. But if you want a Tomofree, I'm gonna leave some links down in the comment section with some discount code. Definitely check out those discount codes, use them up, to get some extra dollars off. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Dreams got dirty, little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.